Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk to you about, I don't want to talk to you, I want to show you something. I have this Rolodex. Back in the day, they were used to keep numbers on them, obviously, for, you know, business people who had a lot of contacts. Now we have cell phones that take care of all this for us. However, I have a use for this, and I wanted to try to do this and see how it works. So you'll notice this one was pretty nice. It had the little cuts in here where you'd be able to put business cards in. So you could just put the business card in and you wouldn't have to. It's kind of nice. Makes me want to use it, except no. Okay, so my idea is this. I'm going to make a Rolodex card and put in here for each one of these, decorate it with things that start with that letter. And we'll see how many. I mean, there's a lot in each one of these. I don't know that I'll find that many things, but what I thought I would do is each week I would do a different letter and find as many as I can. But as time goes on, if I find something else that fits in one of the letters, I can always add it later. So I'll just find however many I have a few for, and we'll do those. And then, you know, we'll go ahead and go to the next letter the next week. And if I need to add some, I can. So that's the idea. So if you take these out, I think this is standard Rolodex size. I don't know that they have different sizes, but I want to keep in mind this. I also would like it to be a little thicker. So what I might do is take two of them and glue them together, keeping in mind that that little slot needs to not be glued closed. I think that might be helpful. So let's start with that. So I'm going to glue them closed together next to each other. Sorry, that's the part I don't want to glue. All right. So let's try that. If I did glue it closed, I can always take a little utility knife and open it up. All right. This is covering all my light. I'm trying to figure out why it's so dark, so I'm going to put this over here for now. I'm going to need that, though, too. All right. So one of the things I did is I bought at a thrift store, I bought a children's dictionary. And I mainly bought children's dictionaries because they have pictures in them. And a lot of times the pictures are very helpful. But what I didn't take into account of was that they may not be obvious what they are. So here are some things I found. I found some asparagus. I found an axe. And I found an arrow. I also found an apple, but then I found a different apple. So my idea is that if I'm going to do this, I could do it like this. This is one of my ideas. And cut it off, and that will make it also a little bit stronger as well, but a little bit more work, because then you got to cut around these little guys. I don't have the little cutters for these, so I would have to go in and cut each one of these out. And although this seems like a fun idea, if I made it this way and put it here, I wouldn't have to cut those out, and the bottom could just be white. So I kind of like that idea, because it'll also make it a little bit stronger. So let's take and measure this and cut some of them, and let's see how we do. The other thing I thought would be nice is to have on each one, although it has at the top, it tells you the letter. Let me bring it back up here. Like it says A here. I thought each one of them could start with the letter, a capital and a small. So what I found was I have this. I have a bunch of dies. I could put a die on there, but I thought this might be kind of fun. Maybe making a collage of a few of the first ones for the first page would be good. And then I have a couple bigger things. Like on this one, I have a giant apple. And I thought that might be fun for A. A+ would be fun too, right? So that might be a page right there, just because that would be fun to have them together. So that's what I have. I think we might do 2 of them today then, and in A. So one of them would have, let me get 2 of these off of here while I'm thinking of it, because I'm going to glue them together as well. And this I got, this paper was at Michael's. They had a big sale on their big paper pads, and I bought this because it had a lot of paper like this that I could use for envelopes or for things like this that you just don't know what exactly you want. So I'm kind of glad I picked it up. I just picked that up a little while ago. Believe me, it's not like I have any lack of paper pads, but kind of glad because it seems like it's a pretty good one to have. So let me get this on here. Okay, put it on here. Hopefully it doesn't. There we go. Let's take our phone folder and make sure it's nice and flat. And then let's take the measurements here. So, I'm on the wrong side. I'm used to doing this on my on my black mat, and I know where the corner is on it. This one got turned around on me. Let me get the top in here. Okay, so I like doing projects like this because if I do a little bit at a time, eventually they get done. If I sit down to do a bunch at one time, then I never do it. And I have a lot of projects like this, so if you don't mind hanging around while I work on these projects, that'd be great. So 4, which is what I made it 4 wide. And what I've got here is, because we're going to do it right there. So that's going to be 2. And then we'll round the edges. I don't know that I have a rounder that's going to be as small of one as this, but we can try. So 4 by 2 is the size that we're looking at. So let's cut a couple of these off. And what I was thinking was I could change the paper with the different letter. I thought that might be kind of fun. You could see, I mean, you know, nothing's written in stone here, but that seemed like a good idea. If you've ever made something like this, I'd love to hear about it. Because, you know, maybe you've got some good ideas. I have some stamps, but A was hard for me. I don't have any alligators. I don't have any stamps with ants, alligators. I was going through the whole little dictionary looking. But what I thought was, you know, we'll start with this and see how it goes. And I can always go back if I find some more while I'm looking for something else. Because it's one of the things when you go through looking at what you have, sometimes you find you have a whole lot of stuff that you didn't remember. So here was my idea, was to go around these. And then, see, these are still good. If I need to cut this a little bit, which I might, just to fit it in here. Let's see how it looks. I mean, you're doing this with me, so I think we're going to have to cut off a little bit off of here, huh? So let's try about 1/2 inch. Let's try that and see how it goes. So it's 3.5. And we'll do that again on this one. Well, maybe I should try it first. This is how I do things in my craft room. I sometimes end up with a lot of projects that didn't work out the way I thought they were going to in the beginning because of my trial and error method. Yeah, that's not bad, huh? Pretty good. Actually, I kind of like it. What do you think? Yeah, not bad. All right, and I'd like to round those edges. Maybe I won't round these. Not sure. It didn't look like it got through both of these on this one. So we do want to make sure it gets through both of them. So I'll do that. Come on, you can do it. There we go. All right, so if I did this, here's what I'm thinking. If I did this, and then like this, here we go. All right, come on. This one here is not as happy as that one. Okay, so we want to make it nice and straight up on top, see? So push this down a little bit more. It's like this little part right here might have glued. There we go. Now we're doing it. All right. Here we go. All right. So what I want to do, I kind of want to leave them so you can take them out and switch them around. Okay. So let's get this at 3.5, not at 4. Now we know it's 3.5 by 2. That'll be perfect. And what I want to do is go around the outside of this with some ink. I think that would look good. So we'll go around the outside of it with a little bit of ink. And then we'll fill in the inside. See how this is? There we go. That's better. Got to be careful when I'm gluing them down. If I'm going to be careful not to. Now, what might happen too, you got to remember, yeah, that one there's, it might just be just a touch. We're talking a touch. There we go. All right, let's try that again. See how it works now. It'd be just a touch long. I got to do better with my measurements. Sometimes I get a little excited. Okay. All right, now, so what I think would be nice is leaving that white around the outside. So I like the idea of leaving the white around the outside like that and have this in here. And I think it'll stay pretty good. It's not, doesn't seem to want to come out, but although it will go down, what I think I'd like to do is get some temporary tape and just put one little piece on the back, one across the back of them before I let anyone actually play with them. I think that would keep them rather safe. So, okay, let's set about to decorating them and see how we do. So now they're too thick, two layers thick. And we're going to get some, let's go worn lipstick. I think that might be a good match. And pink, because I don't want it to be too dark. I think this will be a good color. Oh, I should do round the edges, shouldn't I? I'm going to round those edges. I think I'm only going to round the top edges, though. There we go. Like that. I think that'll be better. And then that way, you'll know which way is top and bottom. Because it's going to be top and bottom anyway. It's not like it's going to be any secret as to which is top and which is bottom. So let's do that with this one. And this one. There we go. Now, I thought about doing some frames for things to make them, the little ones stand out a little bit, but I'm kind of thinking maybe those little ones could all be on one page by themselves, and then other pages could be whatever you have. So for this particular one, I'm just going to make 2 for now. I can add to it later, but for this one, I'm just going to make 2. And we'll see how it looks, and then I can think about it and see if that's what I want to do. So I want this apple for sure. I really like this apple because it's got all the key things that you would like to have. And the fact that it almost fits on here is another good thing. I'm not going to keep it that it has to fit on here 100%. What I'm going to do is, if it sticks out a little bit on the top or on the side, it'll be fine. The side, you got to watch because it'll hit if it's at the base, it'll hit but it'll actually, this one should stick pretty good. Maybe I should go even closer and get rid of the red altogether. You know what? Not a bad idea. Because if I get rid of the red altogether, I can... This is how I think about things when I'm doing projects, you know. I had a plan when I came in here, and sometimes you gotta, you know, go with what you have. So what I'd like to do then, because see, that'll just fit on there, but let's round those corners, and then, yeah, now I gotta pick all those up. But let's round all those corners. And then let's, nice part is once you have this out, you got enough on here pretty much to do a whole nother one. So let's go around here with this pink and put it on like this. I like that. And then we could put an A right here. Like I could do a die cut A right there out of pink. It'll look really cute. All right, let's do this one. And what I think I want to do with this one is make a little collage and use the letters and make a collage. Okay, so what I did is I found some dies that I have. These are both Tim Holtz Sizzix dies. And I want to see which size I like better. I'm not sure. But what I want to do is I took some nice... scrap paper that I have. You can call scrap paper nice, I'm not sure. But I thought it was a pretty good piece of scrap paper. It's kind of hefty, but I thought the pink would look good on it. So I thought I'd give that a try. And I'm not saying we're going to use pink every time. Pink won't be the main color, but it will be for A, because that's what I have here. I have some blues and things too, but we're going to use pink for this one. So what I'm going to do is cut it, and then we're going to die cut these two A's. What I thought I would do is have one chunky one and bigger, and then one smaller. So there we go. All right, let me get my little guy over here, my little sidekick, and we'll see how these A's look in relation to our... The irony, of course, is that with that little tail on there, they won't fit. That's kind of the thing with the sidekick, is it's pretty small, but I really like it. I'm really glad. It was the first die cut machine I bought. I said to myself, if I bought this one and I used it a lot, then I could justify, you know, putting the money into another one. I like to put a shim in here sometimes because as they get older, they don't tend to cut as well without the shim, for me anyway. So I usually put a shim in here if it's going to be something that has, and the A has that hole in the middle. So I'll put a shim in here, and that tends to help a lot, make it come out real easy. And that's what we all want. Okay, so what I thought we would do, and it does, it fits really well on here. Thought we'd put this like in the middle, and then put some of the A things I found around it. And for this one, we'll put it on one side and put the little A next to it, like that. So this is, you know, this is a very simple little thing. I'm not trying to make it complex or anything. However, I forgot that I have this too. And this is nice because it's got the capital along with the small letter. Let me cut those out. I like that too because it's kind of nice when they're learning their letters if they see both of them. And I do have a lowercase, but so what I might do is just put it up here as part of this. I like that idea. All right, let's do this. Let's go like this, make sure this is straight or as straight as it can be, because yeah, that is not my forte at all. That's why I use a cutter for almost everything, because I am not good at cutting straight. Now what I could do, see, the more, they kind of look like Scrabble pieces, you know, and then you could kind of put them about, but I think I kind of want to leave them together for this. We'll see. All right. So next up, we're going to glue them on here. This one's rather sturdy too, so that's kind of nice. So I'm going to put it right here. The main reason I'm putting it so far over is, remember, these are going to end up going into the little slots. We'll put that on there, try and make sure it's straight. Straight as we can make it. It's actually okay if it's not straight, because then it looks playful, and when you're making something for kids, it can be playful. But that's how that one looks. And then this one, so here's my idea. I might have to get some, in fact, I think I'm going to go get some, the other type of glue. So I'm going to put this right in the middle. Then I'm going to see how I like these. I might put this here. I kind of like, since I did the white around them, maybe put an axe here. Asparagus would probably go pretty good there, huh? Like that. Just wanted like some food, because, and then maybe the arrow going across here like that. And then the axe going across here like that. So those are 3 different things. I mean, you got 3 different A things on this one. That's kind of neat. Looks like an arrow just pointing to it, doesn't it? Kind of like that. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I just wonder if I should use the other glue, or if this will be okay. Sometimes when you use glue on really thin things, it kind of tends to not work out so well. It's been my experience. So let's do this. Now, although I said it's okay if it's not straight, I didn't really mean it. I didn't mean like totally okay. I kind of meant just the letter A by itself, not the... That's the problem with art glitter glue. It is so quick. It does not take a second. It doesn't give you very much time. As much as sometimes you need, you know. All right, where's hiding over here? Okay, there we go. Then I'm gonna put this guy on. Now this guy, these came out of the dictionary, so like I said, very, very light paper. I'm gonna put very little glue on here, very little. In fact, the less the better. What's funny is the more you use art glitter glue, the more you know the less the better is the way to go. But have that go on there for a little bit. There you go. What I want to do is keep it to only the things that fit the A or the B or whatever it is. So although you could add other things to decorate it, I wouldn't mind having a little something, but I kind of want to have more pages too. So I'm going to keep this going over here and then put the, oh, I wonder if that's going to be a little too close. Well, it might be too late now. The thing is this is so very thin. I don't think we have to worry about it much. I'm just trying to keep that. That'd be kind of fun with the A going across, with the axe going across the A. That's kind of fun, actually. Yeah, I think I like that. Something a little bit different. All right, let's put just a little bit on here. See what we got. I don't want it to get too crazy, you know, on each letter, as far as, I don't mind having like one little page of collage with a bunch of them, and then some pages that have just one. That's kind of my vision for it. So we'll see how that works. This is, there we go. So this one will look like this. It'll be A, with the axe going across it. That's kind of fun. So then we'll put it in here. We'll put it back in here. Got to get that in there. Okay. So there's that one. And then I'm really worried I'm going to get caught on one of these corners, but I don't think so. It looks like it gets in there pretty good, huh? All right. So here they are. There's the A. And next time we do this, we'll be working on the B's, or maybe more A's. We'll have to see. Again, if I got a little bit of the glue, a little bit of the, I'm sorry, tape, the temporary, you know, just to put it back there so it stays down. I think that'll be pretty good. All right, thanks for joining me today as we work on the Rolodex. Next up will be B's, maybe some more A's. We'll see you then. Bye. And dance by the light of the moon.